Welcome to the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw's new conversation series. Today we'll be talking with Ambassador Bonnie Jenkins, the State Department's coordinator for threat reduction programs. Ambassador Jenkins is in Poland to attend the regional conference on the Nuclear Security Summit. She's an expert on arms control and nonproliferation of weapons of mass destruction, and she also served as counsel on the 9/11 Commission. And we're thrilled to have her here with us today. Welcome, Ambassador Jenkins. Could you tell us a little bit more about what you do for the State Department?
Actually, there's four things I do for the State Department. One is I am the State Department representative to the White House for the Nuclear Security Summit. So that includes working with the White House in the preparation for the summit in 2010 and also for 2012. Another thing I do is I'm the U.S. representative for the State Department representative for the 4-year effort to secure all vulnerable nuclear material, leading the coordinating and leading the State Department work in that effort. That's of course a global effort. The third thing I do is I am the U.S. representative to an organization called the G8 Global Partnership Against the Spread of Weapons and Materials of Mass Destruction, which is a 20 billion 10-year commitment of 23 states, including Poland, working on issues of threat reduction and activities to ensure weapons of mass destruction do not get in the hands of terrorists or non-state actors intending to do harm. And finally, I coordinate threat reduction programs at the State Department, working very closely with the Department of Defense, the Department of Energy, and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission in the United States.
That's very impressive. Could you tell us more about what you're doing in Warsaw? I heard this isn't your first trip to Poland.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was here maybe about 10 years ago, and this is the first time I've been back since then, and I've really enjoyed being here. There's a lot of changes, a lot of newness around the city. My colleague and I, my special assistant, we've gone to some really great restaurants, great food. The people are nice, and we've been enjoying the city very much. Unfortunately, we have to leave because I'd love to stay for a couple of days just to relax. But the reason why I'm here is Poland has hosted yesterday a regional meeting on nuclear security summit issues and invited a number of countries who did not attend the summit in April in Washington, D.C. And it was an opportunity to talk about what happened at the summit and to engage them on the issues, because nuclear security is a global issue. And so even if a country did not go to the summit, we want them to be engaged. And what was positive is that Poland is the first country that attended the summit to actually have a regional meeting. And so in that sense, it's serving as an example that we can use in other regions for other countries to be leaders on these issues. So we had a good meeting yesterday, very positive.
What challenges do you think countries will face in committing to the goals laid out in the communique?
I think one of the challenges is making sure that momentum is continued. There's a lot of momentum that came from the Nuclear Security Summit in Washington, and so we want to make sure that countries keep that momentum and fulfill the commitments that were made. And I think what happened yesterday with the regional meeting is a perfect way of ensuring that momentum is continued. So that's a challenge that I think we can manage by having countries step up like we did yesterday here in Poland. Also coordination, ensuring that we're working together internationally and globally on the many aspects of trying to secure nuclear material, because it involves not only securing material at facilities, but also issues of export controls and nuclear trafficking of materials. So there's a lot of activities that we need to work together on as a global community.
What do you hope to achieve by the time of the next Nuclear Security Summit?
The next nuclear summit, which is in 2012 in South Korea, we hope to be very far along on our 4-year effort to secure nuclear material, because that ends in the 4-year effort will be the end of 2013. So we'd like to get as far as possible on that. We'd like to also, hopefully, nations who make commitments at the Nuclear Security Summit will in fact have fulfilled those commitments, and also that we have a strong global effort for working on these issues.
Okay, well, it's been a real pleasure having you with us today. Any last thoughts?
I had a great time in Poland, and I hope to come back soon and continue to work on these issues with Poland. We have a very good relationship in working on these threat reduction type activities, and Poland has taken a very instrumental role in a lot of the work that we're doing. So I'm looking forward to coming back and enjoying Poland and working with Poland on these issues.
Okay, and that's all for today. Thanks for watching.